Hi, I'm Ben,
And I'm Christina.
and we're the McMillan Express.
So we've been full-time RVing for about 6 months now, but before that we were obsessed with Josh's video. That was the way that we could easily shop and figure out which travel trailer was right for us.
Yeah, Josh became a household name for us. We used to watch so many of his videos,
So many.
and we really felt like he became a part of the family.
I'm sure a lot of you watching feel the same way. I mean, Josh has got videos on everything from full RV comparisons at RV shows to little simple things like how to properly lock your hitch.
So, Josh, if you'd be so kind to introduce yourself and let us know how you became a part of the RV industry.
And if you could also give us a little bit of your background and how you started working for Haylett and why you started making these videos.
Hey guys, Josh the RV Nerd here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Jumping aboard with you on the McMillan Express today. Appreciate the little guest spot feature. How I got into RV sales. And it's kind of funny because I never went to salesman school. I grew up camping. We had a not fancy camper at a not fancy campground, and we built some fun family memories. What I remember is we'd run to the little bushes behind the camper, break off a stick, my dad would whittle it down to a sharp point, and there you go. There's your skewer for s'mores and hot dogs or whatever we're eating tonight on the campfire. It wasn't fancy, but it wasn't about being fancy. It was about being a family and about having fun. Fast forward later in my life, I got out of college. I'm actually computer trained. My mother basically got together with Mr. Haylett about the time I was in college. And the plan then, I didn't really have RV sales plans, you know. Believe it or not, the end game that I was working toward was not being one of the more successful, highly followed RV people on YouTube. That just was a weird thing that just sort of happened. So I got out of college. I wasn't really ready to leave home. I got a job working at a freight line dock at Yellow Freight of all things. And I realized that that just wasn't for me, but I learned some good skills there. And that's one of those things I think people need to pay attention to. No matter, I don't care if you work at McDonald's, you can learn some really valuable skills everywhere. Learn time management, conflict resolution, resource management, some very strong skills. I even learned some of those things working for Colonel Sanders slinging chicken. So, you know, all kinds of influences get us all to where we're at. First business day of 2009, I started here with the sole purpose. I was actually not even going to be a long-term employee. I was set up to be a temporary employee just to build us a new website, and I just kept showing up. The guys would get busy, I would answer the phone, I would try to answer questions, and that's how I got my start. We were a little short on labor at one point, and not knowing anything about RV sales or anything like that, I told the boss, I said, well, hey, you know, I can run a computer. Give me a list, I'll just throw stuff on eBay and it'll sell itself and you guys can take care of it. I did not realize the just can of worms I was opening here. Just like those little springy funny worms, stuff just started coming out like crazy. So I knuckled down, I answered the questions, I learned it. I cut my teeth on pop-up campers of all things, and I'll tell you, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere in this business, because geez, oh Pete's are those things, a lot of work for a very small reward. That's why a lot of dealerships don't carry them, but we try to have something for everybody here. So I was kind of the computer guy, and then I was a pseudo half salesman inadvertently for a couple years. I just sort of ended up selling some things, not that I was ever supposed to. I just wasn't going to ignore a customer that walked in the door. I wasn't going to be like, listen, lady, I work keyboards for a living. I don't sell things. I'm like, hey, thanks for coming in. I want to take care of you at my family's dealership. So I was a half salesman, half internet guy, and then we started growing and growing and growing like crazy. And Mr. Haylett came up with the idea. He goes, hey, you know what? I really think we should put videos together. And this is the part that will shock a lot of people. I said no. I said that's a bad idea, because I felt like you would never get the opportunity to truly meet our team and our staff here, because I've always felt that's the difference that we have at our place. Because name any trailer that we carry out here. Somebody else carries the exact same thing. They have the exact same invoice, and chances are they have good pricing. So why would they buy here? And it's because of the people, the experience that you have here in working with us. But little did I realize that the culture of this store that hadn't been ingrained into me now had a new outlet to be shared with other people. And whether I agreed with it or not, I was charged with getting behind a camera and putting stuff together. And I'll tell you, my early content, oh, it's embarrassing. I almost thought about removing it from YouTube one day. But I didn't, because who knows? And it's kind of fun to look back and see where you were and how far you've come. And that was kind of the start of it. Then we got to the point, got so busy, I couldn't directly assist customers from a sales perspective anymore. I just had to do what I'm doing. And we grew even more. It's kind of crazy. Of course, the other salesman will say it's because I was a bad salesperson. I scared customers off, but I'd like to think that maybe I helped the phones ring a little bit. So kind of a weird, indirect path got me to where I am today.
So can anyone buy from Haylett, or do they have to be local?
You do not have to be our neighbor to purchase from Haylett RV. Actually, I have, would you believe it, I have a video on that topic. We don't have to be your backyard dealer to be your local dealer. And in point of fact, we have a Jayco toy hauler literally sitting in front of a Prince's Palace in Dubai. So yeah, you can be anywhere and buy from Haylett RV.
So we watched your family camping trip, and it was fantastic. We had some good laughs. Anyways, we love the informative videos, the how-tos, the how-not-tos, the walkthroughs of all the RVs you do, but are we going to see any more camping trips in the future?
Josh, we know how much time it takes to edit a video. What's your reward, and what compels you to do this?
I would love to be able to put more of those family camping videos together. But the problem is, this whole video thing I do has become this all-encompassing, just life-eating monster. And I pretty much have to be here almost all of the time. And if you guys follow me regularly, you know that I'm very often up late. I'll come back in late at work, or I'll stay up late at home doing a lot of work just to break even on this thing. Now, nobody makes me do that. I do it because I want to support the people that work here. We, employ between 40 and 50 employees. There's just as many families and kids and wives and husbands and everything else that all depend on it. And a lot of what I do starts that process, and I don't ever want to feel like I'm shortchanging them.
As you know, we have a Murphy bed model, and on all of your RV walkthroughs that are about our travel trailer or other travel trailers that are similar to ours, you go out of your way to show how easy it is to use the Murphy bed.
As a matter of fact, we went to our first RV show in 2017.
Yeah, it was our first one, actually.
And we were in a Murphy bed model. And there was another couple in there with us as well. And they saw that it was a Murphy bed. And as soon as he saw that, he was like, oh, no, I don't want anything to do with that.
He was ready to walk out. He just wasn't interested.
Yeah, so Christina walks right over to the Murphy bed, takes her hand, pulls it down, and it was just that easy.
Yeah.
And before that, the guy he didn't want anything to do with it. And to see how easy it was, it just, blew his mind away.
Yeah, and Ben's like, yeah, she's never done this, but she watches a lot of YouTube videos or something like that. So that was my first time pulling it down, but from watching Josh, I just seen how easy it was. Jackknife the couch, pull the bed down, no big deal. The guy actually was like, wow, that was really easy. Yeah. So otherwise, he would have just walked right out the door. Saver, space saver.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Do the share.
So the Murphy bed model is such a space saver. Why do you think so many people still dislike the idea of having a Murphy bed?
Let's examine that real quick. So you two have a Murphy bed. You were at an RV show and you heard someone say, I don't want this. How do we even get this thing down? And they go storming out. It's fear. Fear of the unknown is a powerful force. And maybe that's why we've become so popular at Haylett RV, is because we help educate you on those things before you have to be afraid of them. We give you ideas on what to look for, what to look out for, kind of situation. And the different benefits both ways, because everything is a push and a pull. So a lot of people, though, especially if another person's around, well, I don't want to feel stupid, I don't want to look dumb, so I'm going to puff my chest and I'm going to throw some bravado out there to cover up my insecurity. That's a common thing. I've done it. I've done it. I'm not even going to act for a second like I haven't. We all have. What's the old joke about a guy trying to stop and ask for directions, how we're not going to do it? Same thing. It's fear. I don't want people to think I'm stupid, because then they'll know I don't know anything about this camper. They'll try to really rake me over the coals on the price tag. Or whatever the logic may be. The fact is, people get afraid. And they're afraid that if they ask, that someone is going to take advantage of them. Because, unfortunately, there are enough wolves in this business that call themselves salesmen. But they're just wolves in a cheap suit. So the only thing a consumer can do to try to protect themselves is maybe not ask questions, or try to hide behind an email or a screen name but not actually pick up the phone. So many people are like, email me, don't call me. But there's so much information that you cannot convey via email that can be easily conveyed over the phone. The tonality of your voice, your body language, oh man, does that help so much in understanding a customer, you know? Sometimes just a simple wrinkle of their nose tells me, we're looking at the wrong camper. You know, what is it you dislike so we can find the one that you do like? Let's find your second camper the first time. Some people dislike the idea of a Murphy bed because of fear of the unknown. It's one of those things, they are kind of polarizing. People either go yes or no. The one thing they don't do is privacy. But if that's not your number one concern, they are just awesome. They're absolutely, absolutely awesome. I'm actually really excited about the new, I think it's called the 2201MB Winnebago that they have coming out shortly here. A little sneak peek for you McMillan Expressers. It'll be very much like a Rockwood 2507S, but with a 60 by 80 Murphy bed. And I've physically been in it, and the thing is awesome. That's the hiccup with most Murphy beds. They usually have to be short, or they have to be one of these janky, bendy beds, with very few exceptions. Winnebago will have the first 60 by 80, one-piece gas assist, easy lift kind of Murphy bed system out there. I think that thing's gonna rock. But, as always with Winnebago, they spend more money building it, but you have an awesome result.
So Josh, what's your favorite Jayco model?
I bet he can't choose just one.
Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because for me it boils down so much into different types of categorization. I think one that always kind of has a little bit of a personal soft spot for me is a now discontinued J-Feather 165 because that's the first RV I ever sold. Right, let's see, favorite fifth wheel. Pound for pound, Eagle is a beast. Eagle is a beast. If you look at what you get out of that, I'm not saying they're the best. Everything's best in different ways, but man, Eagles are sharp. And if you haven't seen that new 319 MLOK, you need to see that. That multi-purpose dining bar island thing that it has in it, it is just one of the coolest rethought, reimagined innovations I've seen. The little shelf behind the counter, the big windows next to the sink. God, I love that thing. I love that thing. That is a just slick rig. Travel trailer, let me think there. I'll tell you, that 29 BH White Hawk, I think caught my eye the first time it came in because they took a popular concept and reimagined it into something that I thought was way smarter and more effective. And in doing so, they included that extra like closet personal storage in the bedroom without the extra weight and cost of a slide out. Stuff like that is just incredibly genius smart. But it's hard for me to not want to lean toward J-Flight. Again, they're just as the -- rig out there since '05. They're doing so many things right that it's hard for me to discredit them. They, geez, but they build so many models, I don't even know where to begin with it. But I guess it'd be something. It'd be something in those ranges. I suppose you could say my personal favorite Jayco would be either something in a J-Flight or an Eagle, but man, that certainly doesn't narrow it down. But they have too many cool things. They just have way too many cool things about them. The hiccup with full timing is that I kind of need to understand your lifestyle before I can help offering suggestions for your life, if that makes sense. The default response a lot of people are going to say is like diesel pusher or giant fifth wheel, like a Montana or a Pinnacle, and those are certainly good answers. But one of the most frequently viewed videos that we have is actually a little 16-foot Winnebago teardrop. And the very first question somebody asked on that video was, could I full-time in this? I personally couldn't imagine that. But some people have very simple means, very simple lifestyles. Some people live very simply, simply stated. And I think that what is full-time capable for a person depends more on the person than the RV. I think when a lot of people ask what's a full-time RV, they're asking, is this one built so that I could use it a lot and not have it fall apart? And that's a good question, because there are some that are made for more casual use, there are some made for more heavy-duty use. But there are general brands like McMillan's here, your Jayco owners. That's a brand that's usually built for longer term use and ownership. And they're not the only ones, but there's more and more RVs being built for seasonal or even full-time RVers with the features that I think people are looking for. So, as always, I don't know that there's ever a best anything. It's just the one that's best for you. As always, you need to put your own thoughts, personality, and influence into it to know which one's going to work best for you. So maybe that's a question you didn't realize you're asking, but there you have it. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.
Yeah, Josh the RV Nerd definitely became a household name for us. We almost felt like he became a part of the family.
Part of the family. Josh, you're not a fart.
You're not a fart.
But we did feel like you were a part of the family.
Okay. I got the giggles. Hold on. Hey. Come on, man.
I'm sorry. He's a part of the
Oh, Beth's watching me. I'm nervous. Hi, I'm Ben.
And I'm Christina.
And we're the McMillan Express. And we're doing an interview with Josh, the RV nerd from Haylett RV.
So we're going to be asking him a series of questions, and he's going to answer us.
Hopefully.